My check, my check, my check. Ollie, I actually wanted to start today by saying rest in peace to the pastor. I believe his name was
Salvatore,
Salvatore
yeah, bro.
Banzimana.
Yeah, I don't know the last name, but I don't know Salvatore,
Nzambima,
yeah.
Nzambimana. I think that's the name. Sorry for saying it wrong. Rest in peace to the gentleman. Also, rest in peace to the other one that he was with in that
Right.
ambush. I just wanted to start there, and also rest in peace to Patrick. What
Yo,
was the name?
I think it's like La Roya.
La Lawyer.
We're gonna get it wrong, but I feel like
Yeah. Rest in peace to Patrick Lawyer. We hope prayers and thoughts to the family, man. We hope that you get justice.
tragic past 2 week we had, man.
Yeah. But I saw some people saying that oh man, people are nasty. I saw some people saying that the family's about to come up because of his death. They're about to sue and get yo fam.
It's
Listen,
not even worth it,
some of
man.
y'all have got to shut up. I don't want to say it, but some of y'all have got to know when to shut up and not speak. Because if I'm a parent, a mother, a daughter, wife, a brother, a sister, whatever, I don't want to hear that I'm about to come up. It doesn't. At what cost? That's my brother. That's my son. That's my husband. Pause. That just passed away,
Right.
and you telling me that I'm about to come out. Like, you guys have got to shut up. Like, don't, like, I hate it when people don't know when to empathize. And that's like the greatest thing that humans have. The greatest characteristic that we have is being able to empathize with one another.
Right.
But people just don't ever want to do that. Like, you don't have to agree with something, but you can understand. You feel me? And people just don't ever do that. So you guys, I think when there are people grieving, there's just certain things that you shouldn't say. You should just know your place and things to say. If you don't have anything to say that's positive or towards that, just don't say anything at all. Because I don't believe that those parents would rather, even if they are coming out, I don't think they will choose that over their son being alive or being with them. So
100%.
yeah, that was I kept saying that, and I was like, humans are nasty, yo. Humans are just But yeah, rest in peace to Patrick, rest in peace to Salvatore, who was one of the best people that I've ever met. Cause
You actually know him?
yeah, I know him. I went to his church so many times. I've had so many conversations with him. He was just a great person. Like, he's just one of those guys that never discriminated. Even if he didn't agree with whatever you was doing, he had a conversation with you.
Right.
He was one of those pastors that we have that's actually educated enough to want to understand.
He
the
was with the
youth.
youth. Yeah, that's true.
Feel
That's
me?
true. Yeah.
And so for me, that hit me. And then, like, with his family in St. Louis is literally like my family. There are people that I grew up with,
Right.
and so it's like, it's close to home basically.
It's crazy
And
how
so
it all unfolded, man.
yeah, I just wanted to start with that, man. And I'm sorry I had to get morbid, but it's sad that you could leave your home and go to your country to on a vacation or whatever your business that you had there.
End up
And
losing your
you
life.
say bye to your wife, your kids, and saying that I'll be back soon, and they never get to see you alive again. That's just
It is.
it's pretty sad, man. So I just wanted to start with the rest in peace to those gentlemen, and for Patrick, man, we're with the family. We hope that justice will be served. You know what I'm talking about? You
Yeah,
saw,
yeah,
you
of
saw
course.
the
I've seen
story?
all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy that we leave our countries because of the hardships that we go through, only to come to a country where we
See
are
more.
potentially murdered by the same people that we
That's supposed to
pay
be
taxes
protecting it, yeah.
to protect us. It's very sad, and as a black man, now it's like it's an accomplishment when you leave your home
And come back.
and come back home
That's so
alive.
true.
Like, that's crazy because I've never told this story anywhere, but I was with Julius one day. Julius decided, hey, I'm gonna come have lunch with you at work, and I was like, yeah, cool. When just let me know when. So we were sitting outside in my car. Yeah, it was in my car. Yeah, I was sitting outside in my car, and I guess somebody previous to me getting out of my workplace to come into the car, somebody got shot. and we had no idea. So we parked, we just having lunch talking. I see one car pull up. They asked me to lower so I mean, I didn't really suspect anything. I thought, who's this parked on public on the school
Yeah.
property? They come to me. They say, roll your window. We're looking for a suspect in a white jacket. So mind you, I'm wearing a checkered jacket and a hoodie, and they say we're looking for a white hooded person that just shot and killed somebody. And I'm like, well, I'm wearing a checkered hoodie. I don't know what you're talking about. So he said, step out. And it got nasty. I'm not going to go into the whole story.
Man.
But right before we knew it, there were 20 cop cars there. It was, pulling guns and stuff. And I'm telling Julius, yo, chill. Don't, whatever. Julius is like, I'm about to record this, man, just in case. I'm like, yeah, dude, you could do that, but don't worry. I've been here. And my white coworker is literally in the next car outside. It was just me and him at work, right? And I'm glad that he never actually came out because he could have gotten shot because they were hit it and everything. And then I'm telling the people, look, whatever you want, you can search my car, but I've been here all day. I haven't left the premises since I got here.
Yeah.
So, but, they just weren't trying to understand that. And but eventually they took my ID check, and I guess they saw that I didn't have any jacket, meaning I didn't have any prior criminal record on my whatever. And so they just say, oh, he's clean, he's good, and they left. But just at that moment, I could have lost my life or something. I had no idea what happened.
So messed up, man.
So I thought about, telling that story. But
That's
I
the
never
sad
really
part.
wanted yeah, it's crazy. And that wasn't the first time that something like that happened. But to me, it's happened so many times. And it's weird. Every time it's like they check my ID, they don't see. So imagine for somebody that has a jacket, any prior, arrest or anything. When you have that, then they're just gonna treat you like a criminal. Fortunate for me, I've lived my life as a law-abiding citizen for as long as I know. So yeah, but it's crazy. It's crazy as a black man what we have to go through ever since I guess black men have entered this country.
Yeah.
And
The earth, to be honest, but it's a different discussion there.
Yeah, it's another discussion, and we have too much to get to, so we're not gonna get into it. But
Man.
But yeah, man, guys, today we have a guest for y'all, so we're gonna get into it. Let's intro the pod. Y'all already know what it is. AB.
Made beats on the beats. Marina. Amagambo yawe meza y'urukundo burya nyumva nk'imigani hari abavuga ko
And Nico, it's a vibe. We're on that Burundi vibe today, even though she's not Burundian, but Kidum is ours. Just vibe with us.
Kidum is Kenyan, man.
We're brothers and sisters. Either way. All of East Africa, we're with the son.
Yeah. Now this song is fun. Let's go. And Nico. Yeah. Of course. We gotta go
Here we go.
Now you're talking.
Now you're talking.
Gotcha. It's me. I told you. When Fizzo decides to do this, it's untouchable.
Bro, for real, man.
It's untouchable. When he does this, it's crazy.
The GOAT.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Untouchable.
One of them anyways in Burundi. Isn't it crazy how long he's been doing this though?
Right?
Imagine. Isn't he in his 40s or something?
For as long as it's been alive.
Just that alone is like, yo.
And they still bring the same energy to the table every time.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Shout out to Fizzo. Woo. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get
Burundi
into it.
music
We're here
is so
today.
slept on, man.
I'm telling you, man, we got some slaps.
I've been trying to put people on though.
You have to. You have to. Hey,
Nabondi nare imbere yawe ndi inama.
Man, this
listen, we got Emma singing.
Uminduke ujye umutima.
Let's vibe with us.
Aho kwisa ariko bimeze ujye umunani ndica
Hey,
niwabona nkuko shereje umbabarire
kubera iki?
perfect. Hey.
jewe nawe turi abantu
Oh, man.
baby soyez joyeuse.
Man, I really want. I don't even know how to cut this off, but you know we gotta do it.
Kukundu kondi ndagukunda
And it goes.
kumesune cyane kuko nkukunda cyane.
Let me feel your love.
Oh my God. Mic check, mic check, 1, 2,
Hey,
1,
man.
2. What is this? Welcome to episode 12 of the Afrovibe podcast.
Already?
I know, it's crazy. Of the Afrovibe podcast, I'm your humble, grateful, gracious, highly favored host, Abi Nabil. Well, I'm here with some really cool people. Ollie's here. The way I
Pop
say
in the
people,
building.
it's like, Ollie's here.
You gotta think about it first.
Yeah, I know. And then we got my sister doing a video village.
Shout out, shout
Wemma's not here today. So you know we got my sister doing that. And then today, man, ladies
guest.
and gentlemen, we got a guest for y'all, man. We got Mr. Amos Izerimana. He's here.
You have to say it with a white
Not the
voice.
girl.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
We got Amos Izerimana.
There you go,
did
there
say
you
it
go.
like a white person.
You say like a white person.
Yo,
Amos.
My bad.
You took me back in school, man.
Yo, when you're speaking, alright.
No, I get it. I get it.
I see what kind of party we about to have. They're just gonna be cracking on me, and it's alright.
No.
I'll take it. No, yeah, we got Amos Zerimana is here with us today. On behalf of Tuvugane, right? Amos, I grew up with Amos. We grew up with Amos. We grew up with Amos, went to school with him. So he's a friend, but we're not here on that. I'm sure he's gonna come. He's gonna be a recurring guest on our pod. But for today, we're here. He's here in the name of Tuvugane, and so that's why we're here. That's why we're gonna be talking. We're gonna be having conversation on that, and I'm sure Ali is very, very happy that you're here. Because he wanted this so bad.
I'm happy to be here.
Amos, man. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, man. I've been following your podcast. You know, I've been following your career since before you even started the career.
Yeah.
When you used to rap in school and everybody would be laughing.
Yo,
So I've been
listen,
following
I'm not here for that. See what kind of party I want to have? This is what I want to do
Hey,
to me today.
let's
I'm
get
just
into
being
it,
grateful.
man. Come
I'm just
on.
being grateful
Yeah,
for
telling
being
him
here
the whole story.
And you guys really like this podcast is really something. Just being able to be true to yourselves and speak the truth. That's something we don't get all the time, and so really you guys are doing
Thank
it.
you. And we wanted to do something that's not really a norm in the Burundian community. We don't have things like this. We don't have a lot of things like this in the Burundian community, and so.
Right.
Me and Ollie, we just wanted to do something that people can have, to listen to when they're commuting to or from work, or when they are at work, and you just have somebody in your ears, talking,
Right.
giving their opinions, their wrong opinions most of the time.
And to be honest, you couldn't find a better duo because I mean,
the contrast.
man.
You can literally talk about anything. Ollie can talk about anything.
Yeah.
But I think there's kind of a distance in terms of the industries in which you are in, and so bringing that together, honestly, that you can't think of a better duo.
That's amazing. All right, so go ahead and introduce yourself and Tuvugane.
Of course.
Tell us what it is, and then we get into
Yes, so am I allowed to speak Kirundi here? Or just
do
English?
you think you are marketing right now? What audience are you marketing to?
The Burundi community. So there we go. So Amos Zerimana. I am the president of Tuvugane. Tuvugane tufise icyicaro ngaha muri Louisville, Kentucky. I'm gonna mix with English here.
You're good.
So we've been around since 2015. and really that name we chose it very specifically because our role and our purpose really was to create a platform where young people can discuss whatever issues is affecting the Burundian community, or whatever is affecting any community really that we are a part of.
No, I'm gonna give that up. I'm gonna give it up for that concern.
I
Sorry,
appreciate it. I mean,
we need platforms like that.
yeah, and that's why I'm so grateful that you guys have this podcast, because really just it speaks to the mission that we started Tuvugane with. And both of you and Ollie really have seen us grow from 2015 to now. We've had a bumpy roads sometimes, but we still got back up and we're still doing it. So really happy that we're still doing it in 2022, and we'll continue to do that as long as we can.
And we are happy to have you because as for me, I've been there. I was there since the inception of Tuvugane.
Yeah.
You might not even remember, but it was something that started as a prayer night. I don't know if you remember, but
Oh,
then
yeah.
it transformed into this big thing that has
Exactly.
brought so many of our youth together, and it's amazing. It's amazing to see how much just believing or having an idea can affect people.
Yeah.
We're here specifically because of the Tuvugane Awards that you guys
Yes, sir.
have every year, I believe, but this is the second.
This is the second year we're doing it. So Tuvugane Awards, for those who don't know, we started it really because in that idea of really empowering ourselves and each other, we really felt sometimes it's really important when you can acknowledge and celebrate yourself and those around you, to help motivate people,
Right.
motivate those who are doing things already to continue doing them, but also those who haven't started doing something to think, I can actually do this.
amazing.
So this is our second year, and we hope everybody can get involved and we can start doing this together as a community.
Okay, since this is the second year of doing it, how was the reception the first time you did it? How do you feel that was received within our community or the people that it was catered to?
Right. So, first of all, actually, when we did it last year, it was kind of an idea that came out of nowhere. We were in the middle of a pandemic. We were in the middle of a pandemic, and we felt it had been 2 years since Burundians really had a chance to get together, and we just couldn't take it anymore. We have always been big proponents of bringing Burundians together for us to be able to have those conversations, for us to be able to celebrate each other and ourselves. And so when we announced Tuvugane Awards last year, I was personally surprised by the reception. I remember we announced it around midnight, 12 o'clock at midnight. And by the time I woke up in the morning, I literally probably saw like over 1,000 people that had already either reacted to the announcement or have shared it. And it was just amazing. And then obviously we had the nominations after that, where we would just really let everybody say who would you like to see,
To see.
nominated for
Right.
these awards, because I mean obviously at the end of the day, it's not about us picking who gets to be nominated, who get to be celebrated or acknowledged. It's really about our community being able to do that. And
Right.
so the reception was great. Everybody tuned in and they participated.
Yes. First, we're gonna get into all that. But I wanted to ask: before we go for this, Tuvugane a non-profit or private organization?
Yes, so I should have said that from the beginning. So we are a non-profit organization. We are just got our status from the IRS, and so we're doing it again, as you know from the beginning. We have really just digging through our pockets and saying, what do we have to be able to put this together? And we are thankful for people like you guys, and some of our supporters and people who have been there from the first day, really just contributing, whether it's volunteer time or some funding, because as you know, preparing an event is not
not
easy,
easy, yes.
and it costs a lot of money. If I told you how much each event has cost us, you would not believe it. You would think we are probably like some rich people, because we are not, we don't have anybody funding us. We are
Right,
doing this
and
out of.
that's what I was. That was the next question. Is if it's a non-profit organization, then how are you able to fund and sponsor all these events that you guys are putting together? Are
Yeah.
you guys relying on donors, or like how are you guys raising the funds?
Yeah.
And
So
how can people, and
right.
also tell people how they can help and be part of the donors or
Of course.
part of the.
Yeah, so we just became a nonprofit this year, so and not even a couple of months ago. So we don't have the luxury or the opportunity that most nonprofits have to be able to apply for grants or approach a foundation, for example, and say, would you support this? And so, really, in the past, it's just been us looking into our pockets and saying, this is what I'm willing to put together so that our community feels supported and our community feels celebrated.
No, that's no, for sure. We gotta give it up to that because especially for us young Africans coming from the communities that we come from, we have parents, brothers, sisters that depend on us, families that depend
Right,
on us,
right.
and so to be able to say to unselfishly give to something, saying that there's a bigger cause here, and I
Right.
want to give to that, and help it and help shape it, and that's something
Right.
to really approach.
Yeah, and really, anybody out there, if you really want to support this mission, because I never say support me or support us as Tuvugane, it's supporting the mission, really, because we are all in this together. If you want to do that, really, you can reach out to me. Our email is tuvugane15@gmail.com. If you would like to contribute, you can do that. And also, whenever we sell tickets, we have a donation option online. You can just send your donation through there. If you want to go to our website, it's www.tuvugane.info, and you can go to the website, to the Eventbrite website, and you can donate directly from there.
And please, we urge anybody who can please donate and help fund this event, because it is very beneficial to the to us, especially the youth of Burundi, even just the community of Burundi. Because one thing, for those who don't know, Burundi is very overlooked, especially when it comes to I would say when it comes to everywhere else in East Africa, Burundi is like overlooked
Literally in everything.
in everything, and so this helps us celebrate ourselves, and as
Right.
well as put Burundi on the map for people who don't know that there is a country
Exactly.
with such a proud people and rich culture and all that. And so please, if you can, we urge you to give. Now, all right. So last year, as you said, it was such a successful event. I was there. It was very amazing. Yes, I do. There are a lot of things that people can correct. You always you live, you learn, and
Right.
you grow by doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so last year it was such a. I didn't really see too many people bickering as much as this year. Now let's move into this year.
Okay.
This year it seems like you guys, once you announced the event, of course it was received well because it's
Yeah.
something that we all want.
Right.
But then I started announcing the nominees for the awards, the different awards category, the award categories that you guys have,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of pushback.
Mm-hmm.
Speak to that.
Yeah. Well, so I'm only gonna speak to kind of what our thinking was in
Yes.
doing that. And Oli, I really want you to pitch in here
And,
because
and
you were one of those
I'm
people
here.
that was unhappy with the nomination.
Yes, and I'm here to
So-
just mediate you guys. I really want you guys to
Yeah.
get into it. I want your questions to be answered,
Right,
and
right.
so
Yeah.
that way our fans who might feel the same way, because there's a lot, there's a
Yeah.
lot. I have a lot of messages
Yeah.
from people,
Right.
So that they can understand.
And believe me, I've also received those messages. I literally the same morning I received a lot of phone calls about that same the nominations themselves, but I also want to be able to explain why we did things the way we did. So for those who saw the results, can see where they came from, right?
Yes.
And so, as I shared last year, we did an open nomination. That's what we call it, and anybody could nominate basically. Because if you remember, we didn't actually post who was nominated. We posted the award and the description of the award
Yes.
and what it was meant for, and then people were able to put down names and explanations. However, one issue that we had there was a lot of people that were nominating, they were just writing names and not explaining why that specific person should be nominated. Because as you know, when you are giving an award, you have to tell the person you are getting this award because you did such and such. If you remember the email you received for both nominations that you were nominated for last year, we said, okay, you've been nominated for this award for doing this.
Yes.
And so that's really what the purpose was with the nominations. And so the questions was, who do you nominate? Why do you nominate that person?
All right.
And so and that went well, to be honest. I'm not even gonna say that it was bad. It went well overall. However, you also know that when you do something like that, it becomes a popularity contest.
Too many voices equals too many choices.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So it
yes.
becomes that way. And even after those nominations were done, although it wasn't the same reception or the same response as this year, people still felt like some people were overlooked or some people were nominated and they shouldn't have been nominated, right?
Okay.
And so in the second year, we said, you know what? Since this was the response last year, let's do something else this year, right? And one of the other things, actually, I remember somebody won an award, and people came back the next day and said, "Why did you guys nominate and let a person from Canada win?"
Now,
You
let me
know?
stop you there real quick.
Yeah. So it really kind of showed that okay, there, not everybody knows everybody who is Burundian in the U.S., right? And I think a reality that we all need to kind of understand is Burundians in the U.S. in the diaspora specifically are diverse,
Okay.
and we all hang out around the people that we connect with the
Yes.
most, right? And so that was one thing. And so just seeing that response and with the nominations and also the people who won the awards, we said, you know what? This time around, we're going to bring together a committee of various people who are from the diverse groups to be able to do the research, to look around who's doing what and who's putting what content out there, or doing what in the community, and then provide those nominations again with the explanations of why that person should be nominated.
Okay, not to cut you off, but what do you say to people who feel like you're telling us right now we are privy to the info that these people did research in order to be able to nominate these people, right? What do you say to the people that feel like there wasn't enough research done into the people that was nominated? That what do you say to people who still felt as if there were biasness in picking those who were nominated, such as Ali?
Yeah. So one thing I really would like to say is, in whatever approach you take, whether it's an open nomination or a committee nominating, you're never gonna have a perfect ideal situation.
True
People come with their own biases, and we were very much aware of that. And so we wanted to make sure that the diverse views were included in the nominating committee. But I would also say that because you will never have a perfect approach, we do acknowledge that not everybody that should have been nominated were nominated. We acknowledge that, and I think the biggest thing to take away here is, as this is our second year, we are learning. We've tried different options, and both options have been kind of
And that's
rocky.
what I've had
And-
to explain to people too. Is
Yeah.
like this is the second year. I'm sure they are learning. They're gonna make a lot of mistakes. This is not the only time that you guys are gonna feel like this. I feel like there's there should be room to grow. Basically,
Exactly, and that's
say.
why I'm saying that since this is for us and we're doing it for us, and by us I mean our community. It's really where we call on each person, and this is the same message we've shared with each person that has come to us with concerns and said, "Hey, we understand this is not perfect. We understand a lot of mistakes have been made over the years, and again, this is not the first time people have had concerns with something we did. Like I said earlier, we've had bumpy roads since 2015, and we want to be able to pick it back up and say this is how we're going to improve this, and we desperately. I'm gonna say desperately here because normally you shouldn't, but need our community to be involved so that when we are celebrating each other and ourselves, the people that are supposed to be celebrated are celebrated. Obviously, each person needs to be celebrated because each person is doing something, but there's just some momentous work that's being done out there that really deserves the spotlight.
But not to cut you off, but once I was privy to the fact that you guys had a committee that came up with the nominations, my next question was, which I never really asked because I knew that you and I were gonna be sitting down, so I thought I would ask here,
Yeah.
was how did you guys decide who will be in this committee to be able to decide, like what were the qualifications, were there a certain qualification for these people to be chose to make these decisions?
Yeah. So usually when you are creating a committee, depending on what you're looking for, you look for specific expertise or sometimes specific diversity, right? And so, like I said earlier, just seeing that there was sort of a negative response to a certain someone that people didn't feel was actually Burundian American. We wanted to have. And I really would just want to go through the diversity of Burundians we have here.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, right? We have people who came from Burundi directly coming to the U.S.
Yes.
And as much as we don't want to accept it, they're kind of in their own group. Let's be honest there. And then we have people, those of us, Twachi and Makambi, we lived in camps, and most of us, I would say, from for a long time, we've known each other. Because either we came to the U.S. around the same time, or somehow we are connected with somebody else who lived in this camp, in this camp, in this camp, and that has created a bubble in itself as well.
Yes.
Right, and then we have obviously people who came from other countries coming to Burundi, and so that's one of the first things we looked at, making sure that we had people from those diverse areas in the committee, and secondly, we had people who were doing something in the community, whether you were creating content or you were putting people together in the state or city where you live, and we had others who we are just connectors on social media,
Right.
also as members of the team. So we really wanted to make sure that those who are doing things that's not on social media can also be acknowledged, but also those who are doing things that we don't see often, even on social media, were also included.
Okay. Ollie, take it away, man.
Yeah,
Alright.
go ahead, man.
Let's
I've
get
been
it.
waiting to hear from you.
Let's get it. All right. Hey, appreciate you coming here, man.
Cool.
I had so much to say, bro. I didn't really want to speak nothing. And me, before I even went on social media, I reached out to DI directly because I didn't want to seem like, oh, this guy just talking for no reason.
Yeah.
I had questions. We talked to DI. Everything I had to say, it was expressed through tuvugane themselves first. But me getting to this, I want to backtrack a little bit. Like last year, right?
Yeah.
About the awards. I'm speaking in terms of the Influencer of the Year award.
Yeah.
When that's happening, like I'm gonna mess up myself a little because I feel like I have so much to say.
Go ahead. It's
free, man.
okay. It's
Say it
okay.
all.
So
feel free,
I might say things. It might not come off like best of how I'm trying to mean it, but
Yeah.
So like to me, that award's the Influencer of the Year. Who won that award last year?
That was, I believe it was Tuguma.
Tuguma,
Yes.
yeah. And it, I'm one of those people too. When you say was like, oh, why like people saying like he's winning an award and he's not even residing in America. I was one of those people too, because Tuvugane to me, it's like a organization that was brought us to the youth, specifically in America.
Yeah.
Before, if you're starting something, before you do anything, you have to make sure it's successful at home before you reach out to the other nations.
Right.
Okay.
So to me, I was one of those people who's like, yo, we're doing so good in America. This organization is literally in America.
Yeah.
And then they're giving these other awards to these other people outside of our country.
Right.
I get it, bro. Trust me. Tugumadori is a good person. He's doing good for Burundi.
Yeah,
But
kid
there is
is nice,
so
kid is
many
nice,
people in America that's also doing just as much.
But you know he lives in DC, right?
I didn't know that, but
Exactly, and that's the thing. That's why we had to bring people who were from other groups to be able to acknowledge those who are actually in the U.S. Because nobody actually that was nominated was from Canada. Everybody was from the U.S.
well, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, that's why. Yeah, information.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on forward to another thing, bro. This year, I don't know. Like, Abby was asking the questions, like in terms, like trying to like get set up the committee, like the clarification he was looking at. To me, I just feel like, to be honest, the people that was elected was literally playing favoritism because there is so many. I'm stressing this out. There's so many Burundians in America
Yeah,
that are doing so good.
that's true.
Musically, whatever content creating, whatever it is, bro.
Compared to the list that was nominated,
Compared to the list, to be honest,
it seemed biased. It seemed, but I do agree.
No,
I do agree.
No, it don't. It is biased. I don't know why. I don't know who the people are.
And maybe it would be better to know. And I don't even really want to ask this because I feel like that's an in-house type of question. I shouldn't even ask you this. But I think it would be better to know the criteria that they went by in choosing who they nominated. But
Especially
then
like
you can't
artists of the
really-
year. If you look at the list, there is some artists on there that haven't even made a song in like over 2 years. Bro, if you're gonna do awards about a song, artist of the year,
yeah.
you have to look at the work prior. Like if we're doing this year, it will be 2021.
Yeah.
Who's put out the
will
most
be-
work?
it
Who
will
put
be-
out the best
It'll be
work?
2020 and 2021.
It will
So
be. It will be like from the day after the
the
last
event,
the
exactly.
last
And
to
now.
now.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be.
And me, bro, like I told everybody, I'm not worried. I wasn't even nominated. I'm
no, I'm never,
I,
never.
I
that.
was never stressed about that. It was about the people that I see.
that you said, okay.
Abby, I reached out
me,
to him.
we talked.
I told him, bro. This
I-
is, to be honest, bro. This is disrespectful, bro. Because I looked at you. I was like, muri organization yakuriye muri Ruvo.
Yeah.
AB is from Louisville. I don't care who's in the committee, but you have to voice your opinion. No. Listen,
Okay,
no,
yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
serious.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't care who's in the committee, but you, as a president, you have to voice your opinion as well. It's like Travis Musani muri Ruvo. But for me to not see that,
Yeah.
I'ma think it's you every time.
No, and I really want to address that because obviously, with everybody that had something to say,
Yeah.
it was like, say, Tuvugane, what are you doing? Why would you do that? And for us having a committee, because we wanted the community to be independent enough to be outside of us, because even last year people were like, Tuvugane is being biased. Tuvugane is this and that. We really wanted to take ourselves out of that process.
So give them all
but
the
we-
power without an
But- and-
overseer.
No, listen, bro, and to us, it's not right because it's just like everything that's gonna push. Even if it's wrong, you guys are just gonna take it as like.
Of course,
if
we're
they did the job-
gonna take the responsibility,
So-
and that's why we're saying this is our responsibility.
But if
for the
there's a
way that
committee, bro, I
we
feel like
put it
there's
together.
somebody that have to approve what they're doing. If it's just them, because bro, for example, right? Say I was part of the committee, there could be a certain artist I didn't like. You think I'm gonna nominate them? I don't care how much good they do. Kandi ningora nitubona mu Barundi bari muri America.
It's not being able to be objective. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah,
that is
And
what
that's-
it is.
And that is why I asked, what was the criteria in you guys choosing the committee?
Yeah.
Were these people capable of being unbiased or people being objective and not just?
Well,
and that's hard. And that's hard to
and
tell.
you can take
Because-
away
yeah.
you can take away bias completely, right?
Right.
And so our thinking really was, you bring together people who don't know each other, right?
Right.
From, again, like I said, from different backgrounds into a room, right? And they have to come to a consensus, right? And so for us, our thinking obviously is, since these people don't know each other, one, and two, they come from different backgrounds, they're definitely going to clash where they don't agree on who should be nominated on things. And
That's true.
eventually, they presented something to us, and us, because we decided, okay, we're going to be independent and allow them
yeah,
to
I
make
agree
that.
with it.
We publicize what they decided.
Do you see how that could be that
Yeah,
could from the
and me
fans or the audience? Do you see how that could be taken wrong though?
and
With you guys just accepting whatever, because if it's like you the president, right? Like let's say you the president of a country, right?
Mhm.
If your advisors just come to you and say we should bomb so and so, you're not just gonna be like
not-
let's
yeah,
do it.
you have to think about
make
it too.
an executive decisions, right? Decision.
And yeah, I agree with that. But the thing is, okay, I'm not gonna take it that far. But
No, yeah, I was just
I mean,
it was an
any,
analogy,
like
an
any-
analogy,
yeah,
extreme,
yeah, no, I get it.
extreme,
But any association organization
Yes.
will always come up with some kind of independent commission to be able to do things. Look at the Oscar Academy, or even all these other award ceremonies. If you look at their process, they have a committee that's in charge of this work. But the one thing that I will admit and say, we could have been more involved, right? And I think for the academy, for example, Oscar or any of the others, a lot of the committee members are already members of that academy, so it's easier because they are the ones that are making the decision. But for us, we're a team of 5. We're actually 4.5 because the fifth person is basically an intern. We are a team of 4, and we can't really form those committees. And as you know, we are not just doing awards. We have a scholarship. Um, we have the event that we have to plan as well.
Yes.
And obviously, we have somebody who's we have people who are in charge of making sure we get the money for the free ticket to Burundi. So we cannot do all that work on our own, and that's where we really need the community to be involved.
Yes, I agree. But do you think that you guys also fail to seek consultants in people that might have more knowledge in the spaces? Because you could have
Yeah.
a committee, right? And that committee could maybe bring names that you guys maybe agree or disagree with, but then somebody maybe in the music section, somebody that you might know somebody that's objective enough
Yeah.
to consult with, or in this other genre, maybe all he knows enough influences, businesses in there.
Yeah.
Do you think you have failed to do that?
I'm going to admit and say, first of all, the categories, they don't encompass all the different things that we have.
Yes.
As you know, and both of you know, before anybody is publicized, we send a letter and say, do you accept this nomination? The only way we publicize anybody is when they give us written consent to nominate to put their name out there as nominees.
Yes.
This year, we actually had more people decline their nominations than we did last year. And maybe that's a sign for something,
It is.
It is.
because, a lot of responses that we received was, I don't feel like I should be in this category because the work that I'm doing that doesn't feel like it fits in this category. And to give you an example, you talked about Influencer of the Year award. Influencer can be so many different
I
things,
know, yes.
right?
Yeah.
And that's why that specific category is very hard to choose who's gonna get nominated, because you have YouTubers, you have influencers on social media, on whatever platform, and you have people who really just are doing great work, like influencing people to do things just by their personality or their work, or their profession, right? And so it's hard to put all those people into one category or into one box.
Right.
And that's one thing that I would completely admit that we ourselves have failed to do. But also would have to say that part of the reason for that is obviously each award costs money, and we have to be mindful of our capacity to be able to provide
That is
awards.
true.
If it were possible, we would have female influencer of the year, male influencer of the year, right? Or even split up, influencers versus content creators,
Right.
But we don't have that funding. We don't have that capacity to do that. And that's why I said that we make mistakes and we learn, but we also want the community to be involved and say, this is how we can contribute to this mission. Again, like I keep saying, I don't ask anybody to support me or support Tuvugane. I ask them to support the mission because this is our mission as a community.
Yeah, that is true. Ali,
Yeah, man.
you don't got
No,
nothing.
go ahead, man.
Nah, bro.
Whatever it is, just
No, I got a lot of stuff, man.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's just like I'm not gonna even gonna speak for nobody anymore. To me, it really just when the nominees come out, right?
Yeah.
Like AB said, like I feel like the committee you guys already got set up. They lack knowledge in what's
In the
really
different categories,
different
yeah.
category.
Yeah.
Like for example, right? AB was nominated, which it was surprised that he was even nominated as a videographer, but not even artist of the year. For people to think he's a videographer more than he's an artist of the year, it just messed up. And then Jay, I'm always gonna speak on to you guys because
Yeah.
episode of yours, whatever's coming out
And
of
it should,
Tuvugane-
and it should, and we've taken full responsibility. for
exactly.
that. Yeah.
Whatever's gonna come out of Tuvugane, because bro, like I said, y'all my brothers. If something is not going right, I'ma speak.
Yeah, you have to.
And that was one of the things that I had to like my
'Cause-
fans.
Yeah,
My
me,
fans
me and
contacted
AB
me,
chatted,
like-
and he told me about it. It was like, yo, for them to recognize me as a videographer before an artist, it's not right.
It isn't. I did feel like that, but at the same time, I was the same person telling my fans like, hey, it's a learning process. I think they are learning and they have their own metrics. I think we should handle them with grace, and because again, this is the second year. You can only make mistakes. You can only grow from mistakes and from being in uncomfortable places. And so for me, I understood it. But you know, of course, I also understood my fans where they were coming from with the work that I've done ever since the last award to now. And then you see, and no offense to like a person like M Keys, I love M Keys. People knows I love that kid. I come on the pod and talk about him all the time. But for him to be nominated against people like Young Spit, it was like. Who is in this committee? Who's making these decisions? Because it just
and then,
made
bro, to add on
sense.
to that, like especially the nomination. You know what it made it seem like when it comes to artists? It was like we don't really have artists in America. That's really what it looks like. It was just like oh that guy rap. We didn't know about him and just put him on. It's like there is so many other ones like big names too. It's like y'all don't see them and just like you make it seem like this is really all we have to offer.
Yeah,
But when you're talking about like something like of the year, whatever nominee of the year, but it's gotta be names that actually hold weight to whatever
in that year.
Yes, in that
did
year.
something in that year, and that was one of the things that a lot of my fans specifically were very very disappointed in. But
Like
to
me,
me,
bro,
I
to
understood
be honest,
it.
I was mad about the people. It wasn't. I told you, it's not even about me.
Yeah, it ain't about
It's
me.
really
those that
not
were
about.
nominated,
It was just
I
about the
understand.
people that like yeah wasn't they you didn't nominate.
Yeah, there were a few names, but moving on from that, how do you guys plan to rectify this going forth?
Yeah. So first of all, I would say that the nominees are already out, and as you saw, there were some nominees that decided they didn't want to be part of the process anymore, and
They dropped out.
they dropped
I
out,
didn't
and
see
we said
that.
we respect that. The same way those who declined their nominations, we told them we respect that.
Yeah.
Thank you for notifying us.
Well, I don't think,
So
not to cut you
so-
off, I don't think that people should be doing that. Again, this is our thing. This is a mission, like you said. This is something that you guys are attempting to build, which that's going to come with challenges. If it doesn't come with challenges, it won't be successful. And so I feel like we should treat you guys with grace and give you room to grow and make mistake. And I just don't think that people should be dropping out because they feel a certain way. Like me, I told my fans, go vote for me wherever I'm nominated because this is our thing at the end of the day. Like we don't get into our own feelings and forget that there's a bigger mission and bigger play here. And so like that's what I wanted to say.
and I
concerning-
appreciate you for saying that. I mean, here's the thing: I like to acknowledge our growth because AB, you remember opening shows one for free, and sometimes you have to pay to actually perform.
Crazy, man.
And I'm not even gonna say, but last year that was not the case, was it? And that's something that we've grown into over the years,
Yes.
right? And if you look at let's say like back in 2016 when we had Fizzo here, to last year 2021, it was a totally different event,
Yes, it
right?
was. Yes,
In
it
terms of
was.
both structure and the outcome. So the one thing that I would say in terms of rectifying what has happened is, one, obviously we're not going to stop and say we're not doing awards anymore, because this is something that we have to do and acknowledge. I mean, yes, we not everybody agrees on who were nominated, but the one thing that I would say, if there is anybody that was nominated and you feel like this person really deserves to be acknowledged this year, go and vote, because
Yes.
we have a process, and really want to say thank you to everybody. We think we have over 600, 700 people that have gone and voted, and that's huge,
That is
and
huge.
that's what we want, for the
Yes.
community to be involved. So the first thing I would say, go and vote for the person you feel should be nominated out of the nominees that we have this year, because we obviously cannot go back. We have less than a month until the event. We're a month until the event, and we can't go backwards. And then the second thing I'll say is, come and join us, right? People should not expect for us to have the expertise to know every artist out there, or every person that's releasing content out there. We have about 10 awards, and that's five now. It's supposed to be five nominees per award, so that's 50 people that would have to be nominated.
Right.
And so we don't have the knowledge to be able to get all those people into the categories, and so we need people to come. Oli, I really I implore
Right.
you and say, please, if you feel like there's a specific expertise that you bring to the table, especially in terms of content creation and influencers or artists, I invite you to join our committee and say, this is what I think should happen. If you feel like the committee making the nomination is not enough, we should take it back to open nominations.
Yeah,
We'll do that.
I was about
but
to say something about
It
that.
has to
but
be
also
suggested
it has
by-
to be something that you come and say, this is why I think this would work.
Yeah.
And also you have to keep in mind that it's not a popularity contest. It has to be something that will be objective, even, because if we count the number of nominations for somebody to be nominated, it's always gonna be, and AB, this is no offense to you, but your fans obviously are going to say, I nominate AB, and that's
Yeah.
not a bad thing.
No,
It's
yeah,
not a
it's
bad
not,
thing.
it's not.
But at the same time, you have to look objectively. Okay, what did AB do this
I
year?
think, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there should be a criteria to where you know that you're using these measures for everybody in order to put them here and for.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to add on what he said about you said how you started off, like the first like awards, right? You said it's not about popularity, but if you're talking about awards, but no matter what, it's always gonna no matter what you say, it's always gonna be a popularity. Cause look, I could be nominated, right? For example, say like artist of the year, Abe's doing music, I'm doing music. I can have more fans than him, and he's putting out the most work. Even if I just like maybe did like 3-4 songs and he did like maybe 10, no matter what you say, it's always gonna come down to popularity, cause that's how words I want.
That is true.
But even like what's his name? Di told me, it's like, bro, you can never please people. I get that, but not
But
just putting that in your head is like,
I do feel like there are names that you just like. When you look at the work, I think there are certain things that you just cannot deny.
exactly that.
There's certain things that you
Yeah,
cannot
that's what I'm
deny.
saying. So I was
And for the people thinking I'm speaking for myself, no, I'm never like it. I'm me. Like y'all know how I give it up.
exactly.
It's never me. I tell
know,
people all the time.
yeah.
But I'm just speaking like honestly, like to me, the biggest snub that was with this awards was Young Spit not being there.
The guy being working.
Yeah. And
But yeah, I just wanted to add,
that
'cause
is
to me, like the first nominations, like yeah, I was saying, like I love the open nominations, because everybody had, if you went into the comments for last year and look at the nominees,
Yeah.
bro, everybody was coming with a different name.
Yeah.
To the point, bro, even me myself, I was nominating in the category I was being nominated in. I was nominating people too, because like, yo, I also know this guy. He's doing just as much as I'm.
Yeah.
If anything, maybe he's doing even more.
Yeah.
So it's great to see like everybody's coming with a different idea, and then it's like I was saying, you guys, I feel like y'all the one with a final say. Not really though, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be like the fans But you guys like you dig your little background checks, look into the person like.
Yeah,
Yo, this,
I do give the fans who to say to have the final say.
exactly, because like once you do the background check, you can like, for example, say like like influencer of the year, like just go to everything that person did that year is like, yo, this guy is really been working.
Yeah,
Nobody can deny his work because everything what he has, it literally proves like he deserved this. But if it's just like doing this and you say like you have people like that, the committee is made of 5 people, but it's gonna be really hard.
yeah, for 5 people to disagree and make sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard. It's
9
hard.
times out of 10, they're gonna miss somebody who's really
No,
important in their category. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my next question would be: do you guys hold meetings like throughout the year about this particular event for people to give their thoughts?
Yeah, so and that's a point you made earlier, but unfortunately, no, we don't, bring different other people into the planning process. It's just the committee. So I'm not gonna say all the committees here. We have an awards committee, we have a scholarship committee,
Which I
we
really
have
love.
And that's-
event planning
And
committee.
that's what I meant. I didn't
finance
mean like a
committee.
public event where people could come
Yeah.
and just give it. No, I meant like you
So,
guys
yeah,
where you
so
guys have different.
each of the committees meet on their own because of the specific thing they are in charge of.
Okay.
But we don't bring those committees together to discuss different issues.
Do you think
But
that bringing them together could potentially evoke new thoughts?
Yeah, I mean that's always something. Whenever you bring multiple views, you'll have a substantive debate,
Right.
and definitely, and that's why I keep saying, if you really, if you want for us to be able to grow and make this better, please join us. Because each year we have different people volunteering. Obviously we don't have the funding to pay each person that joins our committee.
Right.
Because we're doing this for ourselves, and we have to be able to lift it up ourselves too.
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
I
sir.
do agree. Yes,
agree.
if we had more people, I think it would add on to the different views, and that's a good suggestion. Some of bringing the different committees together to discuss one topic over the other.
Yeah, you guys, I do. Tell them how they can reach you guys in order if they wanted to be a part of those committees or to sign up to be a part of those.
And guys, if you're watching, please be
that-
part of that committee.
Yes, please. Again, please
join.
come and join. So
Do they just DM you on Instagram?
we
or-
prefer email, because then each one of our of our board members has access to the email.
Yeah.
So if I don't see it, one of my
Somebody
team
else gonna
members
see
is
it.
gonna see it. But not everybody is on social media, as you know. But if you feel like you don't want to send an email, or you just don't have the time, I know sometimes you think of something, you're walking
Slide in
and you
the
want to go on
DM.
Instagram. Go on Instagram and DM us, even Facebook. We don't use Facebook as much anymore because
Yeah, crazy.
to go to Rakura.
Yeah, that's funny. That is
But
funny.
DM us on Instagram at tuvugane.
You know what's crazy about that? You know how we pay for every services like Netflix, Hulu, or HBO, but we don't pay for YouTube Music Plus.
Right.
Like YouTube has held us down. We should be paying for that. That's crazy.
Exactly,
So it's
yeah.
like Facebook. Facebook held us down, and now all
Nah,
these
nobody
new
wants-
things,
yeah.
nobody wants. That's
Nobody
crazy,
wants to
man.
use them no more.
Yo, Facebook, I'm with y'all.
Nah, I'm done, man. Facebook is done when I'm done.
Yeah, but what do you say to the people that feel like the voting process is hard?
Hard in which way?
Because I guess you have to go to the website, and then you in order to actually vote, you have to log in into your email. And then, some people don't really want to go through the hassle. The attention span for our generation is really
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even me,
So-
the first, I thought it was gonna be quick, like somewhere you just click the link and they show you a list of like every nominee.
What do you?
Okay.
how-
So again, we're improving here.
and that's why I asked.
So I'm actually glad you brought that up, because I didn't even think about that before.
It's
But-
AB, man.
Yeah, and the reason why it requires you to log in is to prevent people from voting twice.
Twice, yeah.
Right. And obviously there are other softwares or websites out there that would make that process easier, and that's why we need to do a little bit more research on to see what platform works better. And if that's the case, actually now I know, I'll make sure that that's something we do next year.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Last question from me personally, right? Or thought, whatever. What do you say to the people that say, and a lot of people that hit me up were saying, why is the ticket to Burundi given to the best dressed person instead of people that are actually, I guess, more deserving? That's
More
weird to say. I
deserving.
don't know
Who is
decides
who
that.
is more
I don't know.
deserving?
I didn't have that question. I'm glad it's not me.
I really don't know who decides that,
Yeah.
but how? Like, what do you say to those people that feel like that award shouldn't go to the best, or that money or that ticket shouldn't go to the best dressed person, but somebody that's actually that's been contributing to our
To
community
society, to a community.
the whole year?
Yeah.
I
So
don't
well,
think
within
that's
the
even a pro- to me, I don't really find that a problem.
and that's
Hey,
a different
people
views.
that do. There's people
No,
that.
but to me, I just feel like let me do
Go
this
ahead,
for
yeah.
you.
Go ahead, man.
No, to me, bro, that is just like some. It's kind of like a little gift to like the people that's there, like to make you feel like you're
you
part
have
of
to
your.
attend.
Yeah, you're part of this.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I
Some
just
people
want
don't.
to.
I
Some
get
people
it too,
don't.
but that guys,
No,
that shouldn't be a
let me
problem.
just explain here in terms of why that's like that. Okay, first of all, I would say if you have that idea, reach out to me, reach out to us, and tell us this is what I think should happen with the ticket to
Yeah.
Burundi.
Yeah.
But the reason why we started ticket to Burundi, as myself having been to Burundi multiple times, I know that it's a life changing experience.
Right.
I was born in Burundi, but I didn't grow up there, and I knew very little. But when I actually went there myself, I was like, I would love for other people to be able to come, because we come over here and talk about Burundi the way we've seen it on TV, we've seen it on social media, or our parents told us about it. But when you experience it for yourself, you have a totally different perspective. And so the idea was really to give anyone out there that wants to go to Burundi to be able to go, even though we're only able to sponsor one person, one ticket. At least if we do it,
And I love, honestly,
frequently enough.
personally, I love the way I do it because it urges people to attend.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, you're
That's why I
attending
feel
with
like-
the mind
And,
of.
and as you saw, the other thing, really,
Yeah.
And
saying
it's
last
fun.
year and this year, we want people to be able to look good and feel good.
Right.
That's why I actually like that I did that. Cause come on, don't come dressed like a bum at the event like
Yeah,
that.
Okay, now the other thing, and I thought that was my last problem, my
It's
last
okay.
question. Sorry, my
It's
mind
okay,
just
AB.
starts and
Yeah.
it goes like I feel like Kanye sometimes. But I'm just,
Oh my
no, now last year there were time was an issue.
Oh yeah.
Especially with artist performance and
Yeah.
everything, because people were late
Yo,
to the
that
event.
was
How do
tough.
you guys?
Yeah,
how
that
do
was
you
very
guys?
tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how do you guys plan to prevent these things
Yeah,
going
yeah.
forward?
So this one thing that people don't get, or and it's probably our fault for not promoting it the way that it should be promoted. But one thing that people didn't understand last year was that last year was actually two events in one. I don't know if you all knew
Yes,
that. We had Independence Celebration and Tuvugane Awards in one event.
Yes.
So that really made it very hard for us to be able to do a celebratory event celebrating Burundi
Oh, it
and
makes
independence with the various artists, the performers, and then the awards itself was another big part of it. And so we're not doing that this year. We're doing just the award ceremony.
that's it?
That's it. We're not doing.
I feel like the independence celebration was kind of nice. It was a good touch.
and yeah, I mean, and it's good for you for that to hear that was the reception. But as you know, doing independence events is not Tuvugane's platform.
Yeah, and that's
that
what I
was
was about to
something that
say,
we
from-
borrowed
from the
because
Reunion, yes.
from Reunion 257.
Shout out to them, by
Yeah.
the way. We gotta say their name.
And by the way, Reunion 257 is doing a Burundi reunion in Burundi. So if you want to go to Burundi and celebrate Burundi and independence,
hey,
hit them
might
up
catch
and,
me there,
and go,
man.
and go there.
yeah, we might have to take the pod.
We might take the party.
Yeah, take it to Burundi, man. Take it to Burundi.
Yo, if I go to Burundi, I'ma take it.
Yeah, no, for sure, man, for
Oh,
sure. This is a
man.
production, and
Yeah.
but that's cool to hear that that you guys have decided to handle that, and I hope that for us Africans that we decide that we finally get to a place where we attend things on time.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, no, and honestly, that's something that I think all Africans have to work on.
Yo, that would never change,
and,
man.
and on our case too, we'll take the responsibility.
Ali should never talk about time ever.
That's why I was the first person to say that would never change.
Will never change.
That would never change.
I do urge people, like, please show up on time, because when you show up on time, you save us, you save us time, you save us energy and the amount of work that we're able to put in, because we
and
gotta
it's respect. It's respect.
we have to put the event together. We have to make sure the event runs smoothly, and we have to clean up after that.
And there's a venue that you guys renting on time and stuff. And
exactly.
So when you go over, I'm sure that's.
Oh, my final question: do you think the voting like nominees is going to be the same next year, or is it going to change?
So next year, like I said, I'm expecting you. I'm expecting you to DM us and say, I want to be on the committee. I'm expecting whoever's watching to DM us and say, I want to be on the committee. And hopefully next year we'll have a better process.
My idea,
and for us
I think
to do
it's
that,
too soon to this.
No, it's never too soon, AB. You got to plan.
No, I'm saying I think it's too soon right now to ask that question as to how it's gonna be. I feel like that's something that they're gonna have to take.
No, I just wanted to ask because I'm pretty sure some people might.
Guys,
ask.
also leave comments in the down.
Yes, if you have some ideas on how it should be, please leave some comments. I personally
got an idea.
We'll look through those comments.
We can make sure, like last year and this year. You know how last year was open nominee, and then you have a committee now. Mm-hmm. I feel like people should do that. Like, you should have that open nominee, and then that's when the committee taking place is like, okay, this person, and then we take this
I don't think that should be happening on the pod. It's a private conversation.
No, I just wanted to speak, man.
And we like those ideas.
Yes.
I mean,
so nobody feel like, oh, you guys are missing that person.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
yeah.
For example, man, shout out to Tembe out here. You know, he put a list of everybody who should have been nominated, and I was like, wow, like, Tembe, this is somebody we need on the committee.
And they were just an example.
With this. This is somebody we need on the committee. So come and join our committee.
Yeah, please. With that being said, guys, this is Amos Izerimana nikuwa mgenda vivuge. And man, we appreciate you for showing up and giving the information. Again, you can follow them on Instagram at tuvugane. We're gonna have it all on the screen for you guys. And then what's the email that they can contact you on?
tuvugane15@gmail.com.
And then guys, make sure y'all go vote, get your tickets, and make sure y'all come through and support, because again, this is for us to grow together.
Yes.
And if we don't all put together and try to grow this, then if we fail, it's all of us. It's not tuvugane. It is all of us. It's our duty to make sure this becomes what we want to be. With that being said, we will end it here. Until next time, we're gonna play some. I'm gonna play my song of the week, and Ollie's gonna play his song of the week, and then we'll get out of here. For me, it's Muda by Chidi Benz featuring Q Chiller. Here we go. Mbuzi ula kwa mrefu wa kamba yake, Mungu nijalie nami nipate mkate. Muda lopoteza hawawezi kufia. Gharama za maumivu hawawezi kufia.
It is a throwback for real, man.
Yeah. Dar es Salaam bila King Kong. It's not true. Dar es Salaam bila chuma. King Kong chuma igala mabegani, kazi inanituma sauti ya duniani. Ndo mimi pekee mnajua mwingine ni nani. Niko pale nimeshika namba yangu 1. Mateso ya dunia nishapita, wengi wamenipania, ila nipo kwenye njia na kimbia mchaka na sichoki, siogopi. Mungu amenipa nyota, wengine wanakopi. Nishapita shida nyingi, mtoto na kala, nishapoteza shilingi, mtoto vya jala. Mama pekee anajua na machozi anatoka, na mwambia
usijali
Mwana.
Utatoka marafiki walipotea
Niko.
Na wakaongea
Niko.
wanafiki walisogea Na wakachekelea bado kaptenga hazina jia Bashi tuko mbele kule nyuma tena basi
Muda lopoteza hawawezi kufidia. Na gharama za maumivu hawawezi kufidia. Hey. Dar es Salaam bila King Kong, it's not true.
Dar es Salaam bila chuma Nishashindwa nusura nikufe nikabaki Mungu mkubwa Shoa Magomeno la Masaki kanipa sauti natumia natanua Kazi jasho linatoka nguo na kamua Kila kona na timba
Nuka kama
kimba King Kong kifua na tuna na vimba Sogope chochote unaweza kuekania Chokote na okota vyovyote vya kwenye njia Wale nilowakosea I'm sorry jamani watu wangu Kona zozote za dunia nubalaa Watu wanaloga mpaka vyuma wanachoka na bado na nguluma nyota sio zari makali kama panga na kusubiri mwisho wa maneno na kupisha kanga kwa nini unaongea vuta kiti kaa chini sina uoga ninja na najiamini unalopoteza.
Go ahead, Ali. That's Muda by
I want to throw it back.
Chichilla featuring
my
Chitty Bands.
song of the week is Morning Love by D1. I'm strictly Burundian, guys. So.
Who's D1?
Bro, let me put you on then.
Let's hear it. By the way, if you haven't heard his playlist, man, his Burundian playlist, you should go check it out.
Nah, he's fire. He's learning from me.
Bro, I told AB I do this for a living, bro. He don't want to listen. I do this.
From the go. Like
No, but this guy, bro, incredible, man. Murabarundi mutamuzi. This a moment. D1.
Put me on, man. Let's hear it.
Yeah, put me on too. I mean, I saw you posted it.
I don't know if it's loud enough. Good morning, love.
And his best in Burundi?
Yeah. The video is nice, man.
Wow.
That's a vibe.
That's what I do, AB. Come on.
It's a vibe. Nah, I approve. It's the way I would have produced it. Good morning, love. Yeah, it's going in my playlist for sure.
Video.
Good morning, good morning, love. Good morning, love.
You have to check out the rest of his songs, man. This guy is
It's
so
fire.
good.
It's amazing.
After this, I'm gonna check this out.
No, it's fine. I'm sold. Who produced this?
I have no idea. I just know
This
the
is
song
fire.
is good.
Ooh, that bass switch. I'm in a coba. Barudubaya. Rizonjoto. Rizonjaka. Ivyo kukora vyose ubikora unyibuka utojuka nose nukikwenu Good morning love
love this song, man.
Fire, amazing.
But let's be honest, Colombian music has made a big
Amazing.
improvement over
Bro,
the
you
last
know
few
that's
years.
why I made the playlist. That's one of the reasons why I even started doing like video.
And what's your
we don't have
playlist
so
called?
many.
Is it on? Where is it at? And what is it called?
Buja Vibes on Apple Music.
On Apple Music.
Yeah.
All right, guys, go check it out, man.
I update it every week because Vernon is dropping bangers every week.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you a way to get paid for that too, cause there's money. There's a bag in that.
Oh really?
But yeah, I'm gonna take care of my brothers. But man,
Let's
thanks for tuning in, man. As I always say, man, life is a series of moments and moments pass. So live today like it's your last. Enjoy it, cause tomorrow is not promised, right? And whatever you're going through could be much worse. So then don't make a mistake, mistaking your blessings for a curse.
Preach.
But
The poet right there.
Preach.
The poet.
But yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate
It's Afrovibe. Maybe in a bill.
Ali Poppy, man.
We had Amos and Doreen back in the in the video village. Appreciate y'all, man. Till next time. Peace. Bye.